Heaven on earth. In his picture, the sun comes straight out of the ground.
يضيء العالم. طيب ما هو المستفاد منه في حياتنا اليومية؟
طبعا المستفاد منه إننا نمشي على خطى، على هدى، على نور.
على هدى.
How do you know it's for real? How do you know they're not pretending?
Well, you will never be able to be sure, but from my past experience with patients, patients with post-traumatic stress disorders, with depression, with schizophrenia, with phobias, it works.
It's as if Ben's past actions are symptoms of a mental illness that can be cured. This is as much about image as it is about art. The Saudis must be seen to be doing something in the war on terror without creating a backlash in the kingdom. In September 2001, 15 of the 9/11 hijackers were Saudis. 2 years later, jihadis hit home in attacks on government and foreign installations inside Saudi Arabia. They were the trigger for a crackdown on homegrown terrorism, which continues. Just last month, the Saudi regime announced the arrest of 208 suspected terrorists. Even so, American authorities claim 40% of the foreign fighters who went to Iraq over the past year are Saudis. One of the architects of the new approach to curing terrorism is this man, Abdulrahman al-Hadlak.
Why didn't you just open another Guantanamo Bay here?
Well, it's not going to work, It's not going to work. The results that we had from those research recommended that we have kind of dialogue with them. And from our experience right now, as a result of those programs, we have seen, very good success rate, which is about around 80%.
Back at rehab in the boss's tent, another revelation about Saudi's distinctive approach to the war on terror. General Yusuf shows us a government film. Hitherto unseen images, which he says show the standard Saudi procedure for the repatriation of inmates from Guantanamo Bay, flown home on a jumbo jet with doctors and therapists on board. And on hand for us here at the rehab center, some predictably happy returnees.
How are you? How long were you there?
For 6 years. Long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
All three of these guys say they were held in Guantanamo for 6 years and never charged. Now back in Saudi, though still in detention, it's no surprise they say they like their government's new approach. This is Juma al-Dosari.
You cannot use force. You have to talk to people, to convince people to use the logic, not prisons, not torture. And that's the only solution. Yes, means the Holy Quran protect Saudi Arabia.
This Guantanamo old boy has been encouraged to paint too.
The bomb, like the terrorist hand,
yes.
try to make bomb, try to make
To blow up the country?
Blow up the country.
The ex-jihadis we met earlier in art therapy class are now in religious education. Sheikh Jilani interprets the Quran according to conservative Saudi doctrine, running through when it's okay to wage jihad. A Ministry of the Interior official explains that to be a good jihadi, the first thing you need is the king's permission. One person who didn't obey the rules is Ahmed al-Shaya, a rehab graduate and a rare species, a suicide bomber who has lived to tell his story. Al-Shaya says he didn't mean to kill 12 civilians in Iraq on Christmas Day 2004. He claims he was tricked into driving the truck bomb.
And now you have the deaths of 12 civilians on your conscience. The Saudi authorities see al-Shaya as a powerful tool to deter others. This softer approach to junior jihadis is now being copied in Egypt, Singapore, and at least one U.S. detention center in Iraq.
It appears Saudi Arabia, this most authoritarian of nations, has taken a lead in the art of rehabilitation.